you and Sonnett's crossover is just like the like harshness. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, like the
just this
words just
like
cut. The words
the
cut.
words cut, and it's just like there's this mode that you guys get in where it's just like I'm actually terrified of you. Like, where is the woman that I know and love? Like, you're just a stranger to me right now. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Mewis Squared. I'm Sam Mewis.
And I'm Kristie Mewis.
I'm so excited to be back, Kristie, back on our podcast together. This is Mewis Squared. This is a brand new podcast from the women's game. This is episode 3.
Whoa, can't believe it. It's going by so fast.
They're just letting us keep doing it, which is incredible. So my sister Kristie and I, we're here to talk about our careers in soccer, our sisterhood, the highs and lows of our lives. And Kristie and I have obviously been through a lot with each other, the good times, the bad times, the in-between times. And there's a lot happening. Kristie has a 6-month-old baby. Happy half birthday to Jagger. But there's also a lot of like memories and stories from our careers that we haven't really gotten the chance to tell yet. We've already talked about our days growing up, playing in the backyard together and going to the U17 World Cup together. So if you missed episodes 1 and 2, go back and listen to those. But we've got so much more to share. So this is a soccer show by sisters. It's for everybody. And we're really excited to just dial you into our weekly FaceTime calls pretty much.
Welcome to the Muniverse. Of course. It's getting better and better every week I say it.
It really is. Like your timing and your like conviction in just like delivering that line is just improving in leaps and bounds.
I'm like changing the tone every week and I'm trying to decide like what I like better. If I like it like deeper and more sensual or like a little bit higher pitched and annoying. I haven't
Right.
decided yet what really hits home.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited to piece them all together someday with some nice music behind it. This episode of Mewis Squared is brought to you by our good friends at Verizon. Think the best 5G network is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Verizon store and they'll give you a better deal. The best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. More reasons to save, more reasons to switch. Rankings based on RootMetrics Root Score report dated first half 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the bill. It was Jagger's half birthday, which I'm so excited to talk about. We're going to get to a little bit later in the show, but it was my full birthday. I turned 33.
Yeah, I actually saw that on your did you have an Instagram post or was it a story? And it was a post and I was like,
It
"Oh
was
my God."
Oh, I did both actually.
Yeah,
I put it on my story and my post.
I like
Great.
didn't realize you were that old. Like you're old you're old.
Well,
33 is old. When it was written out, it was like that's old. Like
it's like feels middle-aged. It
I
feels like,
know.
is it still cute to be like wearing sweatpants all day? Cause like I am.
Are we having like a midlife crisis? Like is the podcast our midlife crisis?
And
I
people
don't
are
know.
people
Maybe.
are secretly like they're way too old for this.
Yeah, like they're clearly going through something in their mid-30s. Their mid-30s now they have problems.
Okay, well, I like literally am going through something and it's just like I feel partly very empowered to just like look how I look. I'm 33. Like I feel like on this camera I still kind of have a baby face, but if you really like get in there, I'm getting some wrinkles. You know that I've never like really been into like beauty and I've never really been like one for all of these like methods of like caring for your skin and your hair and all of the other beauty methods. But I'm kind of starting to get a little bit interested as I turn 33. What should I care about?
Really? Are you being serious? Or are you just saying this for the podcast?
Well, I'm not just saying it for the podcast because this is like partly a like critique on the world, but it's like you see these women on Instagram. I'm
Oh, I
online
know.
shopping and I'm like, wow, that outfit is so cute. Should I wear that outfit? But it's like, no, Sam, you shouldn't because you don't look like that girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then it's this like, well, should I look like that girl? I don't really know. But I also, there's this other like rebellious side of me that actually has a lot of self-confidence. And I'm like, I'm allowed to look 33. And like, just because I feel these pressures doesn't mean I need to like succumb to them, basically.
No, I completely agree, yeah.
But then I also like look at you and you look so great and you got your hair done and it's beautiful. And like, I also see a world where I could do a few things to like upkeep the old bod.
Don't kid yourself, though. You know you're not gonna do any of them. We can talk about it, though.
I do wanna talk about it. First, everybody, if you haven't already, this is just a reminder to come and check us out on YouTube. You can see my little wrinkles, you can see Kristie's new hair. I actually really love watching podcasts on YouTube because I like just, like, seeing everybody's faces and the way they talk with their hands and their facial expressions. It adds a lot to the audio. We also add a lot of media to our YouTube show. Like, last week, we put on Oktoberfest pictures, engagement videos, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but YouTube is very cool. I suggest it. Okay, Kristie, I do want to start this. I'm going to ask you some questions about some techniques, but I just want to
Okay.
start. I need you to tell everybody, like, what are some things that I currently do or don't do that actually like annoy you?
You don't dye your hair, which, like, you don't have to dye your hair, but it would just make you, like, look, I guess, a little bit better. Like, you don't really have a color, and that kind of annoys me. Like, you're not, like, blonde, you're not.
Okay, this just like came off as so mean, and now I'm like, okay, like
Well, you asked. Do you want the list or no?
I do want the list. I literally like the trauma inside me reached for my chapstick as you started to talk because I thought you were gonna be like, "Well, you don't ever put chapstick on, you have crusty lips." And I like literally put chapstick on for this and I keep it right next to my desk with your voice in my head every day. I disagree about my hair. I do think I had like a more of like a blonde beachy girl look when I was dyeing my hair blonde, but like it takes 6 hours. I'm not doing it.
Okay, and that's your choice. But I just feel like 6 hours, like, you sit on the couch for 6 hours.
I wish.
Someone came to my apartment yesterday and did my hair.
I don't think that's allowed in the US.
Why?
I've, like, looked into it before because, if I never had to leave my house, I never would, but I think that there's, like, some sort of, like, chemical license you need in the US. Hopefully, I'm wrong. People can let me know.
I mean, just open a window. Do it on the sly. You don't
Alright.
have to tell anybody.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that one. So, give me one
Okay.
other one, and then I have questions for you.
Botox, honestly. I mean, it's just, like, so easy, and I just think it would help so much. You don't have to do that much. The thing about you, though, is, like, you do have such a baby face and you look so young, and I do actually love that about you, that you, like, don't really care. You just kind of embrace your wrinkles for what they are.
I thought you were gonna say you just embrace your authentic self, and you said you just embrace your wrinkles.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, you have wrinkles, I have wrinkles, but I just get Botox because we have, like, that thin skin. Like, I just feel like we kind of have that skin that, like, easily wrinkles. So I just feel like over the years, I think I probably started Botox when I was like 30, 29 or 30, and I feel like now I haven't had Botox in a year and a half because I was pregnant and now I'm breastfeeding, and I hate it. I hate it. I can't wait to go back and get some. But I feel like I have less wrinkles even though I haven't got Botox for a year and a half because I have done preventative care.
Yeah, because your muscles, were
Or like,
paralyzed, and so then they
yes.
couldn't create wrinkles.
Yes, but I have wrinkles now. Like, look at my 11s. Like, I've never seen my eyebrows move so much in my entire life, but the wrinkles still, like, don't stick. But this isn't, I'm not putting this on anybody. Like, you don't have to get Botox, but I just like the benefits of it. And I think that it might make me look a little bit youthful, a little bit longer. And I feel like you could do the same thing in a tasteful way.
Okay. Well, look, I do think that there is a more in-depth conversation about beauty standards to be had, but we're keeping it light today. I touched on it and we're just going to go through some basic upkeep items.
Okay,
And
well, don't make me
Kristie,
feel bad now. You
I'm not
asked. You
I know.
asked.
I know I asked. I think you probably have an interesting perspective on beauty standards and I think that today is just not the day. Today is just not the day.
Okay.
So, I wanna know some basic upkeep items, and I need Kristie, how do you wanna phrase it? Do you wanna say if it's real or not real, or if it's, like, legit or not legit, or if, like, you approve or don't approve?
Well, I feel like I've seen people do it where they rate it 1 to 10. So, like, 1 is like,
Oh, how
yeah, haven't you
important it
seen that?
is okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So,
So
I'm gonna
1,
name a thing, and if you think it's important and, like, valuable, you give it a 10, and if you think it's, like, worthless, you give it a 0 or a 1.
yes, Captain Obvious. We get it.
I'm just explaining
Start.
it for the fam.
Start.
Okay, lip liner.
8.
Curling your eyelashes.
Honestly, an 8, and I, like, just started doing it, and I won't put mascara on, and I'll just curl my eyelashes sometimes, and I think it makes such a big difference.
Oh, I don't even have a contraption. I don't even own one. Should I get one?
Yeah, I'll get it for you for your birthday because I didn't get you anything yet.
Well, I also don't have any lip liner. So we'll make this is actually just my wish list.
Okay, lip liner and I don't know if, like, you would kinda, like, look weird in lip liner.
But
I
it's
don't
an 8, but
know.
I can't do it. It's an 8, but I would look weird. Okay. Botox,
10,
laser hair removal.
10. What would you give it?
I think it's just like
But you just
this is not about me. Nobody would actually, Kristie, nobody wants to know what I think. I'm not the beauty expert.
I think people do wanna know what you think.
What do I think about laser hair removal? I don't know because my hair is too light to do it. Every time I go, they go, "Yeah, we'll do it, but it's probably not gonna work." And then
So
it
you
doesn't
don't get
work.
any benefits from it at all?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I did do a bout like last spring and like now it's just like, "Oh yeah, that didn't actually work." It's just cuz I was shaving regularly that I thought it was working.
And you went back at the appropriate times?
I went like 10 times, yeah.
Okay, well, that sucks.
Getting your eyebrows microbladed.
3,
Good to know. What about mani-pedis?
0.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I
That is just,
totally
like,
agree.
not like, I do not give a rat's ass about that. I do not care about my nails at all. I don't know why, people love it. Alright, next one.
Pimple patches.
5?
Do you use them?
I don't really get pimples. From what I see, they do work. They, like, put hyaluronic acid, like, literally right in the spot where you need it. You don't get
Okay.
pimples either.
No, I actually kinda don't. Not on my face. But I have, like, bad skin literally everywhere else in my body. I just cover it over.
Yeah, you need, like, a body pimple patch
I, like,
pack.
actually literally do. Okay, mouth tape.
I don't know anything about it, I've never tried it. I would love to try it, but from what I
What's it
hear,
for?
it helps you breathe better in the night, so it makes your breathing more efficient, which I think at the end of the day, like, over time makes you sleep better.
I thought it was a beauty hack.
It could be. I heard it was to make you sleep better in the long run, but I don't know anything about it, so I guess let's give it, like, a 6 because people say it helps.
I think we give it, like, an NA. Like, I think we give it, like, a we don't know because the 6, like, you can't stand by giving it a 6. You don't know anything about it. Okay, what about red light face masks?
I actually think that that works so much. I would give it, like, a 9.
Not a 10 like Botox, but a 9.
Well, Botox is just way easier and it lasts longer. Like, sometimes I don't wanna sit under a red
Oh.
light for 10 minutes. I mean, it's not that long, but, like, Botox, it's like, "Oh, you go into the salon for 10 minutes, and then you're good for 3 months." So, it's just more efficient.
Okay, I only have a few more, but these ones are getting important now. Dermaplaning.
Like a 3.
Is that where you shave your face?
Yeah, I do it. And apparently it's supposed to, like, help your skincare penetrate better, so it actually, like, when you're rubbing your skincare on your face, you're just rubbing it into, like, the hairs that are the, like, tiny hairs that are on your face.
And like the dead skin. That's what somebody told me one time. She was like, "You need to exfoliate more because you're just putting creams on dead skin and then it falls
Exactly.
off." And I was like, "Ugh." What about gua sha?
I do it, but I would give it, like, a 3. Like, I think it helps I think it makes you look better, like, quickly for, like, 5 minutes, but then I'm just puffy again. So it's like,
Fascinating.
yeah, it doesn't really last.
What about those little under eye things?
Um, like a 5?
What
They're
about
okay.
ice baths for your face?
I haven't tried one of those, but I actually want to. I hear that it tightens your pores, and, like, obviously makes your face, like, depuff a bit. It's, like, really good to do at one of the first things you do in the day, but I haven't looked up all the benefits for it, but I do wanna try it. Have you tried it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked that. Of course you haven't.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this isn't really like a two-way conversation. Okay, the last one, and you kind of already alluded to this, but how important is shaving your armpits?
Oh my god, don't even get me started. Well, I have laser, so I rarely have to shave under my armpits, but I would say like I don't know, like an 8 or a 9. Like, I just feel like it's kind of important, but you just don't do it that often, do
It's just like,
you?
who's really looking at my armpits? You know what I mean?
Every
Not
time I look at
me.
you, every time I look at you, I see it. Like, it's somehow your arms are always up over your head, and I'm like, "Why didn't you shave your armpits today? Why didn't you shave your armpits last week?" Your arms are always over your head when I'm with you for whatever reason.
It just doesn't strike me as important. It was kind of a trick question because I knew it would get you to flip out. I feel like I learned a lot from this. I wonder if our listeners will skip right over this whole section or if they'll be like, "That was fascinating."
I also wanna just take a minute, and I feel like we, like, got off on the wrong foot today. I feel like I'm being a little bit aggressive towards you, and I just wanna take a step back and apologize, and I'd like to start over.
Do you wanna do the whole podcast over?
No, I just wanna say here and now that
That I'm beautiful,
you're beautiful and I
just the
love you
way
so
I
much,
am.
and yeah, I didn't mean to attack you. I really think that you're gorgeous.
I don't feel attacked at all. I set myself up for this. I'm open to learning. I think that what I might consider trying from this list
Botox, I'll take you for your birthday.
is curling my eyelashes. And I think that that's gonna be a big step for me, and I'm gonna try it.
First, let's get you a brush for your foundation rather than just lathering it all over your face.
Well, that's not foundation, that's skin tint, and I thought the whole purpose of skin tint was that you could apply it with your hands. I don't wanna put on with a brush every day. Sometimes I just wanna slap on some basically tinted moisturizer, which is what I thought that was.
Oh, see, the brush is just immediately gives me like dopamine. Like I'm just like I'm looking like this is just going on. This is feeling amazing. Like this is how I'm supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to look. It just gives me it makes me happy. You're just like this in the mirror and you expect it to look good.
Okay, sadly, I could talk to my sister about beauty methods all day, but we do need to move on to some soccer stuff. That was a fascinating conversation. And I do just want to say again, respect to people out there doing everything, respect to people out there doing nothing.
Yep.
Here we are all represented by me and Kristie, me doing nothing, Kristie doing a lot of things, and everybody's beautiful. So whatever you're doing, you look great. All right, the US women's national team roster got announced earlier this week, but before we talk about that, I want to take a moment to talk about another national team that's heading into camp, and that is Australia, because Kristie, Sam Kerr will be rejoining the Matildas for their upcoming games against Wales and England. How is our girl feeling about going back into national team camp?
Oh, I know. I'm like so excited for her. I think she's actually really looking forward to going in. The cool thing about her team is that like so many of them have been playing together since they were like 14 or 15 years old, some of them even earlier than that. So she has like such a good core group that are just like they've been together for so long. They have that like bond. And I'm so jealous of it. I feel like that's just like so cool to have. But yeah, I think she's really looking forward to it. She hasn't been in so long. There's a new coach, I think a bunch of new faces. So I think it will be just really good for her to get back into that environment and represent Australia. I think she's been missing it a lot. So she's definitely looking forward to it and excited. And hopefully she gets some more progressive minutes with the team. So yeah, she's pumped.
Yeah, it's been so great to watch her, increasing in minutes with Chelsea, and I know how much playing for Australia means to her, so I'm really excited to see her back in that environment. You mentioned her, like, core group of friends, which actually, now that I think about that, I feel like that's kind of like the golden generation of the Matildas. It's like, and I was hoping you could name some of these players that you're thinking of.
Yeah, I feel like it's like one of her good friends is Emily Van Egmond, Caitlin Ford. Um, I mean, I feel like Ellie Carpenter's been in for a long time. Like she's still really young though, but I feel like she's just like a core, one of the core players.
Mhm.
Steph Catley. Who am I not thinking? Who am I not naming? Haley Rasso.
Yeah.
There's honestly so many of them. It must be so nice to just go in knowing that you have like your best friends there. So I like really envy that. I think that's super cool. Obviously, like I got to go in with my sister, so like I don't really have anything to complain about. But yeah, I think she just goes in and kind of feels like it feels like home a bit there because she has people who are like basically her sisters in. So
Yeah, I love that. And her camp is like local in Wales and England, right? Do you get to go to either of the games? Are you going into camp at all? Like, what are you going to be doing while she's away?
yeah, I know it's like kind of soon, but like we still haven't really decided if I'm going to go in with Jagger or not. The first game actually might be a better game to go to because the game is earlier in the day. The game in England's like at 8, I think it's at like 7 or 8
Mm.
p.m., which is just like, and it's 3 hours away. So it's not that ideal for me and Jagger to go to that. So I'm thinking about potentially going in for the first game and seeing that because Wales like actually isn't that far. It's closer than I think the England town is or the city is. So like I might actually go to that one. Um, but also I don't think I'm going to go into camp. I feel like it's kind of her first camp back. As much as she, wants me and Jagger there, I think it's important for her to kind of get there, focus on herself, focus on the football, like just kind of getting back into things. Um, so yeah, hopefully I can go to the first game and that will kind of break up the trip and little Jagman can see her play for Australia hopefully, which will be a whole new thing, so that would be exciting.
Cute. Well, we're so excited for her. I'm excited for all of these international games that are coming up, including the US Women's National Team games, whose roster just came out earlier this week. So I want to talk about the roster. I want to talk about those upcoming games a little bit. But Christy and I also, of course, have some stories to share about our time with the US Women's National Team. The US have 3 games in this window for the US. They're going to play Portugal twice, and then there's a third game against New Zealand. And I feel like, Christy, it's kind of weird timing. One, it's been like almost 4 months since their last camp. Like the way the FIFA breaks were this year, it just feels like it's been so long. The last time they played was in July. And then it's also weird timing because of where we're at in the NWSL season. There's a game this weekend, and then there's this week and a half long camp, and then there's one more NWSL game before playoffs. So like some of the team will be have one more game and be done after this until the next international break, but they won't really be like training with their team in between. And then other players are like gearing up for playoffs. So I just feel like it's one of those weird times where you're going into camp and everybody's in a little bit of a different mindset. And that's kind of where I wanted to start, is if we could maybe talk about the mindset of these players and how it's so different across the roster.
When you throw camp in the mix to anything, it just, like, obviously, like, raises the stress levels. Like, I mean, at least it does for me, or it did for me. Like, I was just always stressed, I feel like, when I was going in with the national team, or, like, worrying about getting the call in from the national team, because I was kind of like that. I wasn't like that locked in player. Like, I was, like, shaking in my boots every time a roster was gonna be released. So, I feel like I just feel like I was anxious the whole time. It was awful. It was so awful. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was obviously just, like, always so worried about always so worried about getting called in. But then, yeah, throwing the NWSL in at the same time, like, are we gonna make the playoffs? How many games do we need to win? All of that. It is like it's a
Yeah.
difficult time of the year, as I'm sure you agree as well.
Yeah, I mean, I remember so vividly, there was this camp one time that was, like, right after the NWSL final, and, like, half the camp had been off for 2 weeks, like, training, so they were kind of getting, like, worked back in, but my team and the other team that had been in the final was, like, it was, like, match day plus 1, so we were, like, in recovery, and I also remember I was doing my recovery, and we had lost the final, and I was so sad, but I had to, like, get back up for camp, and that's it. That exact moment for somebody is still a few weeks away because ultimately somebody in camp will have just lost in the NWSL final at the next camp. But even this one, I just feel like you have so much going on. You're starting to be like, okay, are we going to playoffs? When's our flight? Like, where are we traveling to? Is this going to be a home game? Is my family coming to playoffs? But then you're like dipping out for ten days and 3 games with the national team, which, like you said, is so stressful and such an important time, like all over again. So it's almost like you're at the end of a long season and you're like ready for off season and ready to go on vacation. But now is the most important time of year. So you have to like really lock back in. And I think that the players on this roster who have the most experience doing that are the oldest players, Lindsey Heaps, Emily Sonnett, and Rose Lavelle, which I read in the press release. There's only 3 players in their 30s in this camp, which feels really like a young group. But I wanted to talk about us. Obviously, the players we know the best are these oldest players, Lindsey, Sonnett, and Rose. And I want to talk about what it's been like for us to see them now. They're leading this team, and I like knew them when we were teenagers. So it's so cool to see them now in this position of like, we've been through all of this before. The younger players are going to come to us with questions, and when they're stressed, they're going to look to us. And just watching them in this journey now be in this like really veteran position on the national team.
Yeah, those 3, like, even though they're all younger than me, I still feel like I looked up to them so much when I was going into camp. Like, they all lead, but they lead, like, in different ways. Rose is just such, like, a lead by example person. I feel like she's a verbal leader as well, but I feel like I always just watch her, and she's, like, doing the right thing and, like, so good all the time, and I'm just
I
like,
know.
it's, like, so annoying how good you are, and you just made me look so stupid, and, like, I suck and I should be better. That's, like, how I think. I'm just like, "Oh, like, I need to get better because Rose is, like, embarrassing me at training."
Yeah.
You know that spin move that she does? I, like,
Yeah.
buckle like, she used to do that to me, and I would, like, buckle my knees and, like, almost fall, and she was just already, like, 10 yards in front
I
of me.
know.
It's just so, like,
I know.
degrading.
I know.
So yeah, Rose is definitely like I would say she's just like a lead by example person. Sonnet, and I mean this in the best way possible, she just like leads with venom. Like she is
Love.
just so
Love.
like harsh in the best way possible.
You
Do you know
and
what I
Sonnet
mean?
you and Sonnet actually that's like you and Sonnet's crossover is just like the, like, harshness. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
like the
just this,
words just
like
cut. The words
the
cut.
words cut, and it's just like there's this mode that you guys get in where it's just like, "I'm actually terrified of you." Like, where is the woman that I know and love? Like, you're just a stranger to me right now. And I think that's why I'm, like, probably been so drawn to Sonnet my whole career is because she, like, reminds me of you in that way where it's just, like, no nonsense, like, just, we're doing it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like obviously, like, when you go into camp, it's just, like, such an intense, intense environment. And everything at camp is intense. So it's just, like,
Yeah.
Sonnet can find the humor in everything and, like,
Yeah.
makes jokes, so it's, like, it actually just lights it up a bit, and that's
Totally.
I feel like I thrive off that and I need that, so, like, I feel like I always lean on Sonnet and Rose a little bit for, like, that type of something will be so, like,
For, like,
ta
laughter.
yeah, like, just like, we're
Yeah.
playing soccer, like, it's not that big of a deal, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, we're not this isn't rocket science, and Sonnet will just, like, say something so funny and bring you, like, right back down to earth, and you're like, "Yeah, like, I passed the ball out of bounds. It's okay." You know what I mean? She'll, like,
Yeah.
make a joke, but it doesn't feel okay in the moment, so I feel like that's what I love about Rose and Sonnet in those moments. And then Lindsay, like, I mean, she's also just, like, so good. She leads by example. She, like, verbally leads as well. She's kind of like the whole package.
She's so reliable.
Yes, yeah.
She is so invested, like, Lindsay is the type of leader that's, like she, like, is meeting with Emma late at night, and she is checking in texting and checking in on the new players, and she is thinking about the schedule for the next day and how is that ideal for everybody? Like, she just strikes me as somebody who the national team means so much to her that she'll, like, self-sacrifice her own needs to, like, make sure everybody else is, like, being treated well and, like, has everything that they need, and I think that's like the exact person who embodies that captain role on the team so well. It's somebody who can put themselves aside for the better of the team, but then still play really elite. It's just
Yeah.
like such a you have to have so much like commitment and just like so much depth up there to just like be able to do it all at once and then also be good.
Exactly, and I also think something about Lindsay too is, like, even if, like, the game isn't going well or, like, people aren't playing well, like, she's not playing well, which is obviously a rarity, like, she normally always plays really well, but, like, her effort never lacks, like, her effort is always, like, second to none, even if it's, like,
Yeah.
all go like, a player of her caliber, like, I feel like those players sometimes get a bit, like, lazy with things
Like
or
she
they,
could
like
walk back on defense, but she would
she
rather
doesn't,
die.
she would literally
Yeah.
never do that, and
Yeah.
that's so just, like,
Noble.
noble. So noble of her.
So noble. Okay, well, we just like literally unplanned gave our three best friends on the team like the biggest compliments ever. So I hope they listen to this and appreciate it. There, I think when I see their names on a roster, I'm like, okay, the team's in good hands. I feel great about it. I'm so glad that like they are the leaders of this team. There is also one first time call up into this camp. Her name's Kennedy Wesley. She's a 24-year-old defender on the San Diego Wave. I'm super excited for her, but obviously going into your first camp can be very nerve-wracking. And Kristie, I don't know if we've really heard the story of your first call up yet.
Oh god, how old was I?
You were like definitely in college.
I think I had just turned 19. I actually had just turned 19. I was so young, and I was just, like, this little college kid from Boston College, like, I got an email, and I think normally I was just like, "Oh," like, I think I had gotten, like, one, like, U23 call up or something like that. I honestly don't remember, so no one attack me if I get this wrong, but I think, like, I had gone to a U23 camp, and then, like, I got the email to go into camp again, and I, like, had to read the email, like, 3 or 4 times because nowhere in the email did it say U23 anywhere. It just said,
Oh.
I forget if it said, like, full
It would
national
have
team
said, yeah,
camp.
no, it probably would have just said US Women's National Team Camp, and you're like, "What
Yeah,
age group?"
and no, I know, and I was reading it and I was like, "Where is the U?" Where the
Yeah.
U usually there's a U and there's a number next to it, like, which team is it? So I, like,
Yeah.
I didn't process it and I, like, didn't believe it because obviously I was so young and I was just, like, in denial. I was like, "This isn't happening. Like, what? This can't happen to me." And
Yeah.
then I think I actually had one of my, like, teammates read it and they were like, "Kristie, that's, like, the full national team." And I had to, like, hear it out loud, like, I had to hear her say it out loud, and I was like, "Holy sh." Because it's like, I was so shocked, but also I was like, "This
So
is just."
young.
I was so young, but this was just, like, my dream to get called into that team, so you don't believe it when it actually happens because it's just, like, everything that you've ever dreamed of. So, yeah, that was my story, and I went in and was like I felt like I was a 12-year-old in
I
there,
know.
honestly.
There
Like
is nothing more humbling than going into your first US Women's National Team camp, but I will say to Kennedy, not that she's necessarily listening to this, but if we did have any advice for a player going into their first camp, I think it would still just be like, you're here for a reason. Obviously, they really liked something about you, and try to just do that. You're not going to have a perfect camp. You are going to give the ball away to Lindsay, and it is going to be embarrassing, and it is going to suck, and you're going to feel like you're 12 years old. But keep trying to do the thing that got you here. Have confidence in the fact that you've been identified as a player who belongs here.
yeah, and I will say, like, you will get a dirty look. Like, you will get multiple dirty looks. Like, it's just how it goes.
You might accidentally give Carly Lloyd a black eye in your first training like I did.
I know. Can we talk about your first let's talk about your first training then.
The Carly Lloyd black eye, sorry, Carly. That was my first, like, official call-in to camp, but my actual first interaction was, and I've told this story before on one of my podcasts, was getting a text from the coordinator because I was at UCLA and the team was training in California saying, "Do you wanna just come to practice tomorrow?" I think they just, like, needed a body and I was local. Do
Oh,
you and
yeah,
you were
okay.
in camp,
Yeah.
remember?
Yep.
And then we
Mhm.
played small-sided, and I played against Lauren Holiday and, like, literally embarrassed myself, but I ended up getting called back, and that's when I jumped up and challenged for a header and gave Carly Lloyd a black eye, and she literally posted the black eye on her Instagram, and I was just, like, I'm like, "She's gonna hate me." Carly ended up being very sweet, very nice, kind of took me under her wing in, like, my early days on the team. I think you're right to say Kristie too, it's like, that the group seems so welcoming and so close-knit and so nice, but, like, don't get it twisted, like, it is the most intense competitive group of women I have ever interacted with, and, like, it's also gonna be hard.
Yeah. Like, it's gonna be really hard, but I mean, I'm sure that I don't know her personally, but I'm sure that this has been a dream of hers too. At
Yeah,
least I would hope.
yeah.
If not, wow, you're a natural. Good for you. I feel like you kinda have to go in and, like, yeah, you have to have a good time and enjoy it, but you kinda have to, like, if you wanna stay there, you gotta do something. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, like, you gotta do something really cool, you gotta stand out, you gotta do something that nobody else can do if you wanna stay.
What do you think that was for you? Like, what did you have that nobody else had that, like, allowed you to have a career with the national team?
I don't really know, like, I actually wonder why Pia did call me in. Like, I actually always wonder that. It's kinda hard to I mean, I think I was, like, an overall, like, well-rounded player, but I think maybe, like, my left foot it's actually interesting, and I was talking about this with Sam the other day, but, like, I feel like lefties are kind of, like, phasing out of the game a bit, but back when I got called in, being a lefty was, like, a big deal. Do you feel that at all, that, like, left footers are kinda getting not phased out, but, like, they're not you don't actually need.
You feel like the value that they used to have has maybe diminished. Do you think more
Yeah.
players are just more ambidextrous now? Like, more players are good with
Yes.
both feet? Because I don't know
Yes.
if I agree. Like, I still think about Rose, who has an incredible left foot, and I think about somebody like Caroline Ware, who plays for Real Madrid and Scotland. Maybe it's their technical ability that makes them so special, but it's like in my head, I still think of them both as lefties.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, like, maybe I said that wrong, like, lefties aren't being phased out, but I don't think you need to be a lefty to play a certain position now. Like, there's a lot of inverted and I don't wanna, like, take credit on this, like, Sam is, like, the genius who talks about this type of stuff, and I just kind of, like, inserted myself in it.
Well, perfect. Use it for the podcast and credit yourself. That's what I do.
She was saying that, like, a lot of tactics now, like, it doesn't matter if you're left-footed or right-footed. If you're playing on the left side or if you're playing on the right side, like, it doesn't really matter what foot you're kicking
Yeah.
with or whatever. I don't
Interesting.
know, but I that just interested me, but I do think that for so many years I was really known as really good because I had a really good left foot, like, I
Yeah.
could kick the ball really well, I had a good shot, I had good passing.
Yeah.
So I think that it was my left foot that probably got me called in.
And your fitness, I think. I always
Yeah,
remember you were so fit and you would play like left midfield and you could just run all game.
maybe but then you go into national camp and, like, you're not fit, though.
Tell me about it.
I thought I was fit, and I went in and, like, Christy Rampone was running circles around me, and
I
I was
know.
just like, "Okay, I'm fat." Oh, I'm joking.
Well, we like in college, we like did gain a little bit weight because I think we were drinking too much beer, but that's neither here nor there. I remember the first time I did fitness at like with the national team, it was like kind of like these full field timed sprints. Maybe it was like an early iteration of those box to box runs where you run from 118 to the other in 15 seconds and then you have 15 seconds rest and you do a certain amount. And Steve Swanson was kind of running with me. He was an assistant coach with the team, and I was in like this new group of players. Maybe it was like me and Sonnett. And Steve was like trying to keep us going. And at one point, I just stopped making the times. And Steve was like, okay, you can just stop now. But the whole team's running. And I'm like, I'm not stopping. And he's like, well, you're not making the times. So, like, this isn't actually worth you doing it. Like, you did your best. Like, just stop. And I literally was so mortified, but I also couldn't breathe.
Oh,
The
I'm so
fitness on the national
sorry.
team is actually literally like a whole different ball game that I never really quite caught up with, but I always thought and this was my special quality, I think, was my height and my, like, aerial ability, but I was always like, "Yeah, I'm not that fit because 'cause I'm just so tall."
Just like the little lies that you tell yourself, like, why you're
Yeah.
not fit. I
Yeah, but
remember I was doing box to boxes after one camp and, like, I was so tired that I, like, faked a calf sore like, I
yeah.
faked that my calf was sore so that I could get out of it, and, like, I think, like, Dawn Scott, like, saw right through me, but I was just like I was like, my calf is, like, really bothering me," and it was just I couldn't even, like, talk to her, I was so
You're
tired.
you're just, like, desperate. You're
Yeah.
desperate.
Yeah. We've
You're
all done it.
surviving, and we're not all proud of every single thing we did, look.
No, we've all
We're
done
not
it.
all proud.
We've all done something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I do feel like we did make it sound really scary to go into your first camp. On another note, I do wanna celebrate a few people because at this camp, the national team is celebrating Alex Morgan and Alyssa Naeher for their retirements, and these are 2 of the most legendary players who ever played for the national team right alongside Kristen Press, who may not be being celebrated in this national team camp, but she did just announce her retirement from professional football earlier this week. So, Kristie, as we kind of have retirement on the brain and we think about these legendary, iconic players who like changed the game forever, I was wondering if you had any stories for us about being teammates with any of them.
I was teammates with Alyssa on the Boston Breakers as well as the
Mm.
national team, but I just remember and this isn't really like a soccer related I could probably think of so many soccer related
We've talked
ones,
enough
but
soccer.
I know. I
Give us
just
some off the field
remember
stuff
at every single camp, you would, like, walk into breakfast and Alyssa would, like, walk in with, like,
and her crossword.
her hat and her crossword, and I was like, "Oh, Alyssa, like, what are you doing?" Like and she's like, "Oh, like, I've been up for, like, 3 hours, and I did, like, 8 crosswords at the coffee shop down the road." And then the next day, like, she'd walk in with her hat on and the crossword in her hand, and, like, she just, like she
She's an
was
early
just
riser.
she's just an uncle. Like, she's just an uncle. She just, like, comes in and she's like, "I've been up since 5." Like, "Oh, I can't sleep any later than that." Like, she's just, like she's so it's so fun to, like she's one of those humans that I love to watch just, like, live their life, and,
Yeah.
like, whenever she, like, says what she did that day, like, I can't help but laugh because I'm like, "I would never do that." Like like, do you know those people who are just, like, so opposite of like, they do opposite of, like, what you would do? Like, I slept until, like, 8 or 9, and I, like, got up and, like, brushed my hair and went down to have a coffee, and Alyssa's like, "I've been up for 3 hours, and I did 8 crosswords, and I've had 7 coffees, and I stretched in my room." You know? Like, I don't know why I just gave her, like, a manly voice either. Sorry, Alyssa, I don't know why I did that, but she's just like an uncle. Like, an
I know.
you know what I
It
mean?
really does, like, perfectly encapsulate her aura. is Uncle Naeher.
Yeah.
I love when she embraced the term Uncle Naeher.
Yes.
I love stories about her, like, fixing things for her friends and teammates. Like, yeah, my bike was broken, so I called Alyssa and, like, she came over to fix it. But Alyssa has just been, and you know what? I think because she's like a Northeast girly, you know what Alyssa is?
She's a meat and
She's meat and potatoes.
potatoes. She's meat and
Alyssa, I'm so
potatoes.
happy that we just figured that out. That's why we love Alyssa. It's look, literally I'm tearing up because it makes me so happy to just be like, Alyssa's from Connecticut. She's from the Northeast. She's a Patriots fan with us. When we were like obsessed with the Patriots and like going to Lincoln to watch the Super Bowl in Southie, Alyssa right there. Like,
Alyssa feels like home. Alyssa
yeah.
feels like home in a dark, dark place. I just called the national team a dark, dark place. But in a difficult place to, it's a difficult place. Alyssa was home.
Yeah,
She
and
was home.
she was so familiar to us in this way of, like, we're the same. I like, it's like, I feel like when you're from the Northeast, you just get it. You get what meat and potatoes is. You grew up with the same values. Your family was the same. It was cold. You love Dunkin' Donut. Like, there's just so many things about being from there that are felt familiar to us, and I think that's why we've always been so drawn to Alyssa, why it's so fun to see her get celebrated and see her even, like, step outside of her comfort zone and like be this like iconic figure that is so celebrated now, scoring penalty kicks. She just scored a goal in the NWSL recently. Like, she's just this larger than life figure that like we have known for so long, and we just really appreciate, I think, what we see in her that is familiar to us, and we just love her.
Ugh, love her so much. I'm gonna miss her a lot.
I
Hopefully I
know.
see her soon.
I know. I think our paths will continue to cross at hopefully at Boston sporting events and bars in South Boston. Someday again. But I do think this camp in a lot of ways, especially with these retirement celebrations, is a signal of this changing of the guard that has been slowly kind of happening over the past couple years with some other retirements. I think the age of the players in camp, there's only 3 players in their 30s, as we mentioned earlier. It really is this like new era. And so I hope that we can just celebrate these legendary players, send them off, and really just welcome in this kind of new era of the team that I am getting more and more excited about as we start to think about 2027. So yeah, congratulations to Alex, to Alyssa, and congratulations to Press, who has been obviously so influential in this space as well. And more to come on all of this. But it is time now for our Verizon Gets You Closer segment where we share the highs and lows of our lives from the past week or so. So, Kristie, do you want to kick us off with your high or your low?
My low was having to well, I got my new debit card, everybody.
Oh,
I got my new debit card. Um,
if you missed it, Kristie lost her wallet at Oktoberfest.
yes, so
Surprise, surprise. Surprise,
I
surprise.
I got my new debit card. I am waiting for my mom and my dad to send me my new license and my credit card over, so hopefully that comes soon. Mom's gonna have to ship that over for me. So yes, I got my debit card, but my low was that I have been having to like I have a lot of automatic payments that come out and I keep getting emails about how they're all getting declined because they're on my old card. So I have to like re-put in my new credit card details on all these websites. Oh, like it's honestly so painful. And you know when you just like get a task like that and you're just like, can I like like it just reminds you of what you did all over again? Like, I was just like, "Was I that irresponsible at Oktoberfest to lose my wallet?" Like, you just, like, have to relive the whole thing again. So that's been really toxic for me, I would say, this week. My high would probably be that my son turned 6 months, um, and we gave him his first solids, which was, like, so cute. He absolutely hated it. Um we gave him this, like, rice cereal. I guess it basically just looks like really, really, like, pureed oatmeal. And he
Yum.
he hated the banana flavored one, and then we tried just, like, the normal flavored one with some breast milk in it, and he liked that one a little bit more, but you can just tell that he's, like, a spoiled breastfed baby, like, he just doesn't want anything except breast milk right now. I pureed some apples and we're gonna try, like, sweet potato and stuff, but, yeah, he's not really liking
Nice.
the food yet, I would say, like, he's still just, like, not that interested in it, so we're slowly trying. But he's 6 months, I can't believe I have had him for half a year, like, that's just so crazy. But he's such a good boy, and we love him so much. So that was probably my high, and I got my hair done, obviously, I showed you guys, that was a big deal.
Okay. Um
What were yours?
what were mine? What were mine? Okay, I think my high is gonna be the foliage. I'm gonna show you this picture of the beautiful, beautiful, like orange is my favorite color. I actually have this like Instagram in mind that I'm like just gonna be too afraid to post of like all the orange things I've seen this fall that I've taken pictures of. But like look at that tree right outside my house.
Oh
How
my
gorge.
god.
How gorge.
That's just like a mood changer too, like, once the foliage comes, like, I just
Oh, I
automatically am in
just
a bad
love it.
mood.
A bad mood?
I mean, sorry, I meant a good mood.
Oh my god, I was like, "I'm sorry."
No, I
Who are
just
you?
I put so much, like I put so much on, like,
The
the
weather.
fall, the weather.
Yeah.
I have an apple scented candle, and it's
Yeah.
just changing my life.
Yeah. No, I literally know. I'm like, the air is crisp. The trees are changing. There is candy corn in my house. There is a fall candle. It's so basic of me, but I just want to have a little plaid blanket and I just want to, yeah,
With
like whatever that
cornbread
means.
with cornbread and with
Literally,
pumpkin bread.
I was debating having my high be the cornbread that I'm going to make today, but I figured it hadn't happened yet, so I couldn't like cheat and use it.
Which
But
one
I
did you
do,
get?
it's Jiffy.
Okay, well, that's
It's
classic.
no Crusties, but
It's no
my
Crusties.
grocery store doesn't have Crusties.
And Jiffy's just nostalgic, like,
It's
it's a
nostalgic.
little dry, it's a little
Exactly, but
dry.
if you undercook it a little bit and you almost eat it like have like a little bit raw, like 1% raw, it's like
Yeah,
it's
and even, like, lather a bit of butter on it.
oh.
Oof, oof, oof.
Okay, we have so many highs this week. My low is that my neck has been hurting me for
Ugh.
like months. And when I
Okay,
went
mom.
I know. Literally, I know. Our mom has, like, a notoriously and, like, chronically, like, bad neck as well, but mine is, like, my, like, shoulder blade not my shoulder blade, my, like, trap right here on the left side, and it's so funny because when I come to London, this has happened the last 2 times I've come to London, my neck has been hurting me all year. But when I come to London, it goes away. So then I'm like, "Okay, it must be something I'm doing at home. What am I doing at home that I'm not doing in London?" So then I'm like, "Is it my pillow?"
I don't know, is it, like, maybe the desk that you're at or the chair that you're at right now? Like, you probably sit there for quite a bit of the day.
Yeah, but I do like I raise the desk and I stand and I'll like move about the house with my laptop, but it's you know what it is? It is me staring at the laptop like this with my neck hanging out.
It could I mean, yeah, you, like, had to be on your laptop when you were in London, but I can't see what else it would be besides that
I
because you're
know.
probably I mean, you're so active, so it has to just
I'm
be
yeah,
the
I do my standing breaks, I go for walks, I do my neck
we're also just
exercises.
old, like, you're 33 now, like, miscellaneous things hurt now, that's just how the world works. I pulled my hamstring 2 weeks ago, the day before Oktoberfest, I pulled my hamstring on my run, but, like, I'm not gonna do anything about it, but, like, still hurts. But, like, I'm not doing rehab, it's just, like, it's hurting me, and I, like, just deal with it.
Well, Verizon, thanks a lot for reminding me that I'm old again. But that was our Verizon Gets You Closer segment. I would love to hear what other people's highs and lows are. Um, I check our inbox all the time, you guys. We did get a really sweet email from Samantha T asking about Jagger Christie. And I'm mostly just including this email from Samantha to just add another Samantha to the mix. Samantha writes to us, "Hi, Sam and Christy. My name's Samantha." Epic name, I know. "And I'm from New York. Go Bats. Question for Christy. Since Jagger is growing up surrounded by so many different accents, what accent do you think he's going to have when he starts to talk?"
So many people actually ask us that. It's quite an interesting one because obviously I have an American accent. Sam has an Australian accent. A lot of Sam's friends here or our friends here have English accents. We have a friend who has a German accent.
Mm.
We just don't really know what's gonna happen. I guess it's probably like where he goes to school or like where he's interacting with other kids once he starts talking will kind of be like the big tell, I would
Do you think
say.
there's any chance he has a Boston accent?
Like, no, because I feel like I don't really have one that much anymore unless I've had like 3 or 4 beers. I hope he has like a little bit of an Australian accent, honestly.
Yeah. I think it would be cool to have just a blend, It's where everybody's just like, "Where is he from?" And he's like, "I'm a citizen of the earth."
Yeah, but I don't I feel like people are like, "Who are you really, though?" when you have a mixed accent. Like, they're like, "Are you lying? Like, are you fake?" Yeah, like,
Oh,
there's this housewife, and she, like, kind of has, like, this accent that's, like, from all over the place, and all of the housewives are like, "Is she a real person, or is she, like, faking us all out?" So, like, I kinda want him to have, like, one accent. But who
okay.
knows?
Who knows? We'll find out soon, Samantha, when Jagger finally starts to talk. Thank you so much for sending this email in. So yeah, if anybody has anything to contribute, if you have questions for us, topics you want us to cover, I do check the email. If you want to just share your highs and lows of the week, I would like that. So write us an email at womensgamemib@menandboys.com. Okay, Kristie, last thing, and then we're gonna wrap up. Quick wedding check-in. We're 10 weeks out.
I know. Oh my god. No, I feel like we're less than that. No, I guess you're
I
right. It's
counted and it's
of
10
course you
weeks.
counted. Of course you counted.
I do my research for
Um
this podcast, counting weeks till the wedding.
let's see. Well, we discussed that I found my dress. Did we discuss that I found my second look and my third look?
I don't recall.
Okay. Well, I got a second look and I got a third look, but it's not that dramatic. Like my third look kind of comes from my second look, so it's like not that big of a deal.
Okay.
But I'm really excited about all of the looks. I'm gonna go and try and I need to get this one specific pair of shoes, so I need to go and try them on um, this week.
Great.
Sam went suit shopping, so I cannot wait to see what she's gonna wear. She's probably gonna look so good. So she finally got the ball rolling with that. We are really getting close to the seating chart. Like, we're gonna have to do that soon, and that just
Yeah.
oh, like, that's just gonna suck.
Do you
Because, like,
think?
I don't know, you just, like, you wanna make everybody happy, and, like, do I do long tables? Do we do round tables? Do we do a mix of both? It's just kinda hard to know where or, like, which one people are gonna have the best time with.
What I will say is all the weddings I've been to recently, you'll catch me sitting down for 20 to 25 minutes. Like, I'm gonna scarf and then I'm back out there dancing, grinding, fist pumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like we're gonna have, like, a proper, like, amount of time where you're sitting and, like, having food. Like, it's not just, like, grab
Yeah,
and
but
go.
everybody's like loose and drinking. And if you don't know them, you'll get to know them. Like, it's gonna be a happy occasion. I wouldn't stress about it too much. Says the person who's not getting married.
Yeah. What was your wedding like, Samantha?
We didn't really like do this.
Yeah, you didn't really have, you didn't need a seating chart or anything.
No.
But it was very tasteful and lovely. I loved your wedding.
Well, thank you so much. That
Well,
is
I
so
loved your
sweet.
party, the after party.
Yeah.
The wedding pictures were so adorable. Anyways, back to my wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pick the menu soon. Like, we still haven't picked the menu. We still kind of have, like, a lot of stuff to do.
What's your non-negotiable for the menu? Like, what are you like, "We need to have this."
Shrimp cocktail.
Love. Love that. Love that
It's
idea.
so meat and potatoes.
Love that idea with a
It's
lot of
literally
cocktail sauce.
yes. I don't know, like, they don't really do, like, the red sauce there with the horseradish, so I feel like I'm gonna have to, like, sit them down and
Give them
explain
a
to them
recipe.
what that sauce is. What is the red sauce?
I'm gonna Google it really quick. What
Google it,
is
please.
cocktail sauce recipe? It's gotta be tomatoes, right?
Something like that, yeah, and then you obviously put horseradish in it, but I don't know what the sauce is.
It's ketchup, horseradish, Worcestershire sauce, lemon, fresh ground black pepper, and Tabasco.
Alright, send me that recipe, and I'm gonna send it to our caterer, so to make sure that we
Well,
have that there.
this is just a random recipe from valerieskitchen.com. So, like, we
Shout
can
out Valerie.
thank you, Valerie,
Great
but
menu,
we can
Valerie.
do, like, a little bit of research and, like, figure out, which one we want to use. Okay, well, I want more updates on the wedding soon.
'Kay.
Everybody, we do have 5 more episodes of this show to make before the wedding, before the end of the year, but we are taking a few weeks off. We're so sorry. It's partly because of the FIFA window. The next episode of Mewis Squared is gonna come out on November 7th. So between now and then, let us know what you wanna hear from us. If you want Valerie's shrimp cocktail sauce recipe, let me know. I can definitely send that one around. We're listening. And my last call to action, please share this podcast with your sisters. I just feel like your sister will probably like it too.
I love that.
Yeah, really
I
sweet.
do.
Okay, the women's game is back next week with Teaming Up on Monday, Good Vibes on Tuesday, a special interview on Wednesday. And Friendlies is coming out on Thursday. We'll also be going live after the U.S. Women's National Team game against Portugal on Thursday night. So join us on our YouTube channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And thank you all so much for hanging out with us. This is Mewis Squared.
Thank you guys. Love you guys so much.
Bye.